Sup nerds, I'm Tom with Neverboard Gaming. I'm joined with my buddies Alex and Mike here. We are going to talk about the Wolves of the North expansion for A Game of Thrones, the card game. And this is 2nd edition. None of us have played 1st edition, am I right?
Nope.
Right, okay, so we just got into 2nd edition recently. We've been playing a lot. We like it a lot. I mainly play Baratheon and Greyjoy, if you are wondering. And Mike, you play?
I play Targaryen, Lannister, and I also dabble in the Night's Watch.
Dabbling.
And I mainly play Tyrell right now.
Alright, you're just a one-house man. So we're going to go through all the cards. You're going to get to see 3 different opinions on every card, and this video might be a little long, so we'll just do the Stark ones for now, and then we'll get to the other ones in another video. So, let's dive right in. The very first card is King Robb's Host. It's an 8-cost character. It's got military and power. It's 8 strength. It's unique and loyal. It's an army card. No attachments. Reaction. After you win a military challenge in which King Robb's Host, that's hard to say, in which King Robb's Host is participating, move 1 power from the losing opponent's faction card to an attacking character, or 2 power instead if there is a war plot card revealed. What do we think about this one?
I think it's going to be really strong. I think it's going to be in all the Stark decks. 8 cost is really expensive though. That's the only thing that's the only downside I see to this card, to be honest.
Yeah, it being a loyal card, so you can run in a fealty deck to get it down to 7. But no attachments is huge.
Can't be milk of the poppy, so you're always getting that power. And with war plot card, what do we say? What was a war plot card? March to the Wall? No. Heads on Spikes is one. Oh, Wildfire Assault, just right there. I mean,
yeah,
that's solid. That's so solid.
And it being a unique, you could dupe the card. So the biggest challenge I could see with this is getting enough gold to marshal it in.
Yep.
Yeah, and you said with duping it, right, but I'm not running 3 of this in my deck. Like, no. I mean, so I could definitely have 2 for the purpose of just higher probability of drawing and duping, but that's all I would ever do for this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, next one. Caitlin Stark. She is a 7-cost character. She has intrigue and power. She's 5 strength, unique, and loyal. She's got a lot of traits. House Tully, Lady, and the 7. Caitlin Stark gets +1 strength for each power she has, and reaction after a Stark character you control is sacrificed or killed. Caitlin Stark gains 1 power, and that's limit twice per round.
I mean, already it has synergy with the first card. You can add a power or 2 to her potentially, and she's already a 7 just with that if you're doing a power challenge.
Alex?
Oh yeah, being loyal, unique, and then, I mean, having the intrigue icon, playing against Stark, and I'll have to worry about that very often. So that's going to be huge. Being a 5 with intrigue.
And the additive strength onto it, it's
I'm saying
huge.
with the synergy, yeah, just in general, but I think this is like Stark's version of Daenerys. Like, everybody's going to be running her. She's going to be in every deck. The second she comes out, you're like, I got to put to the sorter. Like, it's just got to happen.
You're going to have to get rid of her.
Yeah.
And this is a 3 of no-brainer. Like, that's just happening.
100%.
That is just happening. All right, let's check out Eddard Stark. So he is a 6-cost character with military and power. 6 strength. He's unique. He's non-loyal, though. His traits are Lord and Small Council. Renown and reaction. After Eddard Stark gains power using Renown, choose another participating character you control. That character gains 1 power. So, again, synergy with Caitlin.
Yeah, all of these power gains are coming in.
Yeah.
And he essentially has double Renown. Like, it's 2 power every time you win a challenge with him, which is, I mean, that's, just by itself, it's really strong.
It goes to somebody else, but it's...
And there's a reason to give it to somebody else now, so
and
it's got a lot of good synergy with this.
And King Robb's Host, that's 2 power has to go to somebody else as well.
Somebody else as well.
So again, this is all Caitlin. That's what I'm saying, man.
It's just piling power onto her and making her unstoppable.
Yeah. Eddard Stark, the character, just nuts.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down to move along.
Yeah.
We've got the Blackfish, 6-cost character, military and power. Again, Always military and power. Caitlyn had intrigue and power.
Stark. It's Stark. Starks
Stark.
have a
That's
lot
Stark
of
for you.
military and power, which they need intrigue, which
So-
is good that Caitlyn.
Yeah,
She's a stacking intrigue card.
for that, yeah. Let's see. Military and power on the Blackfish. We got 4 strength. It's unique and loyal. Yeah. House Tully, Knight and Lord. Renown. While the Blackfish has 4 or more power, each House Tully character you control does not kneel when declared as an attacker. And reaction, after you win a military challenge as the attacking player, draw 1 card, limit once per phase. I mean,
I can see you're gonna run at least 2 of him as well, just because if you pile on that 4 power first, and then Catelyn also doesn't tap when she attacks. I mean,
yeah, because she's House Tully.
she's House Tully, so that triggers her as well. So she then after the 4's on him, you start putting everything on Catelyn, and she's gonna be an unstoppable force that you don't have to even kneel her to use.
Yeah.
And this is just good because if you have Eddard or King Rob's host out there, and you don't have Caitlyn, you're like, oh, where's that other power going? This is
You have somebody
Yeah.
another power dump
Exactly.
rather than
Solid.
just Caitlyn.
So solid.
Yeah, very good. I like him.
Loving it, loving it. Let's move on. We've got Jon Snow, a 5-cost character. He's only got military. He's 4 strength. He's unique, non-loyal. He's a bastard, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got action. Sacrifice a Stark character to choose and stand one, or it says and choose and stand a unique Stark character, limit once per round.
I'm torn on this card. I think his cost for the 4 strength military is pricey. The only upside I see to him currently is again more synergy with Caitlyn. It's kind of like the dragons with Daenerys.
Yeah.
Like there's all these cards that you might just only put in there just for Caitlyn. So
But you made a good point about his cost, with him being 5, and those other cards we looked at are all really good synergy with Caitlyn, and they're expensive too.
Right.
that's
Like,
true.
You guys
There's
pick
lots
and
of
choose.
expensive cards so far.
Yeah, for him being a unique and only having the military icon, I guess if you want to follow a theme, he'd be great to build a deck with, but I don't know. I don't see him being very
Yeah.
useful in the Stark deck right now.
Well, the thing is, I mean, okay, his ability is synergistic with Caitlyn,
Yeah.
but I think sacrificing and killing Stark characters is gonna happen. Like,
yeah. It's
I don't
gonna
need,
happen.
I don't need something else to force my Stark characters to die.
There's already that case in Brand from our original Stark cards. Is
Yeah.
sacrifice him to stop an attachment or
something like that.
Something
But
like
we've
that.
got another sacrifice card that's a
Yeah.
lot cheaper. And again, I'm not worried about, oh man, I got all these characters out there, but none of them are dying.
and you don't have to sacrifice an expensive card. You can just sacrifice one of your 1-cost cards.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true.
So
And also stand a unique character, so you could stand King Rob's
You could-
host.
or Caitlyn back up.
Or Caitlyn.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, not loving it, but it's all right.
Yeah. I could see potential in it.
So the next card here is Wolves of the North. It's a 5-cost character. Again, only military. 3 strength, not unique, but loyal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dire wolf. No attachments and stealth. Reaction: after Wolves of the North bypasses a character using stealth, the character gets -X strength until the end of the phase. X is the number of direwolf cards you control.
Yep. This solves a huge problem. With the direwolves before, anybody that wanted to run a direwolf deck had to take Ghost, which means you have to banner the Night's Watch.
Yeah.
And as most people know, they just don't banner well in other houses, and you don't need them with this card.
I mean, I still wish I could have Ghost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
Absolutely.
I was
but I'll take
hoping
this.
there was going to be a Ghost in here. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm taking this. I'll take it. That's
Oh yeah,
that's
absolutely.
awesome.
I would take 2 of them at least, to be
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
If you're going with a direwolf sub theme.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, with most of the cards we've been seeing, this is a fealty deck. This is the makings of a fealty deck
Yeah.
for Stark.
It definitely is. You just have so much more Stark cards than any other house.
Now,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the way everything's going to be going. And no attachments and stealth. Like, that is just
Yep.
solid. So I'm going to be stealthing in every turn, and you
Right.
can't milk it. You can't do nothing.
Exactly.
That's going to be tight. And I like how it's direwolf cards too. So even the attachment
Attachments.
lady
Right.
still counts. Like
Exactly.
that's solid.
And the more direwolves we get, the more the direwolf pups are going to be even better as well.
Yeah,
It's just
it's buffing up.
they're going to start to get crazy because again these aren't unique, so you can have multiples of these,
Right.
which stack with them as well. You can have a lot of direwolves out.
But I feel like you'd have to do that. You couldn't do the Caitlyn thing. You really
No,
can't.
I agree. It's gonna be you're gonna have to choose sub themes now.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean that's fine. Okay, now we've got 2 different deck metas in this pack. That's tight. I'm down with that.
Yes.
All right. Next we have Arya Stark. She's a 4-cost character. That's insight and power icons. 3 strength. She's unique, non-loyal. She's a lady. And reaction: after a Stark character you control is killed, sacrifice Arya Stark to choose and kill a character with strength 3 or lower.
She doesn't want to be a lady.
All right, that's good. Alex, you were saying that this is, for you, this is pretty bad, right? For Tyrell?
Yeah. Just because my main lady Marjorie is subject to this right here, and I mean, even not being a non-loyal card, unique. She's got the intrigue, which Starks need. She's a 4 cost, which is pretty easy to marshal out, and then this is just synergetic with Catelyn.
Yeah, it adds on again to the Catelyn gaining more power for the sacrifice. So you're not only sacrificing her to kill one of their characters, you're sacrificing her to kill one of the characters and gain a strength for.
Exactly.
But and again, another reason why you don't need Jon Snow, because she's cheaper.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, she has intrigue, which you need. She's not just for military. Like I mean.
Yep.
Yeah. If I had to
And you
choose,
need intrigue.
Yeah.
Like,
I would definitely probably see her over Jon Snow.
yep, I agree. A little bit cheaper, and I think she gives more.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Let's move on. All right. I'm probably not going to pronounce this well. I don't watch the show. I know.
Jory.
Sorry. What, Jory?
Jory.
Jory Cassell?
Yeah.
Castle, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I don't watch the show. Sorry. So we've got Jory, that guy. 4-cost character, military and power. We've got 3 strength. He's unique, non-loyal. He's a guard and interrupt. When a unique Stark character you control would be killed, sacrifice him to save it. Then, if there is a winter plot card revealed, that character gains 1 power.
I feel like we're going to see a lot more of that. The winter plot cards is going to become a thing. Like winter versus summer. We've already seen like card reveals ahead in the future. Spoilers, so I see that also becoming a big thing in our plots.
I just don't know how much I like that. I don't like, don't tell me what plots I have to take, man. Come on. Let me build it however I want. I mean, if synergy is inherent, okay, but this is kind of forcing, well, I guess it's not forcing me. I don't have to gain that power. I could just,
Right.
you know, save a character, but...
Well, then you just don't add him. I mean, he's good because you can save, like, I'll put to the sword, right?
Yeah.
It's not a cannot be saved, so you can save them trying to kill your Catelyn.
Mm-hmm.
And when he dies, she gains a power. Again, more... There's a lot of synergy of...
Yes.
How much strength can Caitlyn get before we just win the game? How strong can she be?
Well, 20.
I mean,
If she has 15
that's the
power, you win the
maximum
game.
she could be at. So she's going to be a 20 strength character,
Right.
and then you're going to
And then you
win.
immediately just win.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think that'll happen. There's no way she's going to gain
No.
strength without, because even with like
You're gonna
renown,
win
we're going to
power
get power
and
either way.
things like
So
that.
she'll get to she'll get over 10 or something.
Mhm.
She'll get to 12 and 13.
Oof.
She's
That's
scary.
going to be
She's
nuts.
going to be scary.
I'm really excited to see where this goes, because that is going to be ridiculous.
Yep, I agree.
Boom. Okay, let's go on to River Run Minstrel. 4-cost character, another intrigue and power. 3 strength, non-unique, non-loyal. House Tully and Minstrel is the traits. And we've got reaction. After River Run Minstrel enters play, choose a House Tully character. That character gains 1 power.
Oh,
It's
man.
just...
Well,
it's-
the Blackfish or Catelyn.
Yeah.
So
So-
that
exactly.
also works for the Blackfish.
It does, it does.
And
I mean,
she's
it's-
a Tully, so she won't tap if you have 4 on.
And
the black
in
fish.
theory, she could get the power herself if she wanted it.
You're never gonna put it on her. Though.
If for whatever reason, if that's the only card you can drop, and you don't have any of those other ones, you're like, well, I'm not gonna waste it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's true. You're definitely gonna not want to flop this card in your opening hand.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you won't get her power.
Of course not. It's like a little finger.
Yeah.
You never want to flop a little finger.
Yeah.
But this could just end the game if you're right on that cusp of 14.
Oh yeah.
You just marshal her in.
Yeah, instantly win it.
That's true.
I mean, the intrigue. It's good to see more intrigue in the Stark because they really needed it.
And now we're starting to get more well-rounded. So now Stark is going to be
Even better fealty.
right, because that was the thing. We always needed to have a backing house for them just because of that.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, I'm down to move on. Old Nan, that is a beautiful-looking woman right there.
She's great in the books. Okay.
Oh, Mike reads the books too, apparently. We've got she's a 3-cost character with just intrigue, so right there. 2 strength, unique, non-loyal. She's a storyteller, which is cool. Interrupt. When a plot card is revealed, kneel Old Nan to have that plot card gain the summer or winter trait until the end of the round.
This solves your problem
Yep.
of not wanting to build a summer or winter deck.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
You
you're
have
right.
her
You're right.
out,
One
and you
card
don't
solves
know.
my problem.
Yeah,
Sure.
But you can do it to every single plot you play. So you could have no winter or summers.
Right.
As long as she's out early in the game, you could add summer or winter to every single plot you play.
Exactly.
True, in theory. Like I'm not gonna
Right.
do that. I'm not gonna put 3 of them in there and then be like, I don't need any winter plot cards. Look at me, I'm a baller. you know?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's gonna do that. You're gonna have a couple, but it gives you some room to not have to do nothing but winter plots.
Right.
So that way, if you did have, like, if I wanted to have a war plot, which if I'm doing King Rob's Host, I do. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm going to put my Wildfire Assault in there, and then I'm going to put her in there, and then try my best to not play that until I play her.
Right.
So yeah, no, that's good. It's good. And she's unique, so you can dupe her, so it's not just going to get immediately killed, so that plan is out the window.
Yeah.
You know?
I would not put 3 of her in, of course. I'd definitely put 2. I think it's going to be valuable with the winter sub theme.
I could see her being a 3 later on, possibly when more expansions come out, just because you get to choose that winter. And there's going to be, I think, plots.
Negative effects for the other person too.
Actually, I'm going to kind of disagree with you. I don't see why I wouldn't have 3 of her,
Really?
if just for probability of drawing it.
Yeah, I mean, right now, maybe 2, but definitely 3 down the road, just because I could see winter and summer being big key words on these plots.
If you dupe her, she doesn't trigger Caitlyn's ability when she gets, because that's saved, not sacrificing.
Yeah, that's
killing.
saved, not
So-
sacrificed.
So that, okay, I could see
Yeah.
that. I could definitely see that.
But to have the power over the plot could be a big game changer.
There's arguments for both sides, isn't there?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Osha.
Yeah, it's OSHA.
3-cost character, military and intrigue, 2 strength. She's unique but not loyal, and she's a wildling. She's got challenges action. Remove Osha from the challenge, then stand her. Limit once per phase.
So
Why? But why?
if you're attacking or defending with her, and you think you're gonna win, and I would say more attacking than defending. So if you're attacking, you think you're gonna win, they buff somebody like a Marjorie. They tap Marjorie to buff something.
They
This
ambush
could be
something
hurtful
in.
to me.
Or they ambush something in, then you can be like, oh, never mind. So you made the bad decision. You made them use something, whether ambush or buffing, and then you're like, oh, never mind. And then you can use it for something else.
Exactly.
But what does that do to the challenge? Do you?
Well, then that's why I said it's better for attacking because you don't lose as the attacker. You only ever lose as the defender. So if you're attacking, all you did was force them to use their cards.
Yep.
So that's why this card could be really good.
Okay. Or if you tap, if you kneel multiple cards, and because you think you need to win by a lot of strength, and then they're just like unopposed or whatever, you can be like, oh well, never mind.
Yeah, there you go.
No need
Exactly.
to-
Unopposed
No need
as well.
to kneel everything
Well,
for no reason.
yeah, especially if you kneel 2 cards to make a intrigue or a military attack, and then you do win that because somebody doesn't try and beat you, your opponent, you can remove her from the challenge and use her for another.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty solid.
I see uses for it. I would put one, at least one, if not two.
I mean, I see uses for it, but once you put it on the table, and your opponent's probably going to know what you're going to do, so they're going to try and counteract that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So then let me win the challenge.
Right.
Your options are let me win, and she stays kneeling, or stop me and I stand her back up.
Right.
I guess that's good. Solid, solid. Next card is Bear Island Loyalist. 3-cost character, military power, 2 strength, non-unique but loyal. His house, Mormon? While he is participating in a challenge, each other participating Stark character you control gains immune to opponent's events.
I love this card.
Just
I
solid.
main Targaryen. I also hate this card because it's going to. It's Dracarys.
Yeah.
If you do a power challenge with him and Catelyn, you can no longer remove her with Dracarys.
Right.
You just can't. It's immune.
Well, I mean, how are you going to remove Caitlyn with Dracarys unless it's like right when she comes out?
Well,
so she's gaining all that power. She's gaining up in strength.
They have so many other minuses though. You can.
Right.
I think if you do all the math right, you can get one character just with the cards they have right now is -1, -2, -4, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. You can minus rank 12 with their cards.
Yeah, but the
plot.
There's no way you could have all those cards at the
there's
same
no way
time,
you're going
right,
to,
right.
but I'm saying, like, you could stack them up.
Mhm.
And you could remove her from the game. It's definitely possible.
So when she's like an 8 or something, you're saying she could be out.
You could Dracarys twice.
Right.
That's 8 right there.
How much gold is that? 4 gold?
No. It's a 1-cost event.
1-cost
It's
event.
a 1-cost event.
So we needed this then.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
The only thing is that then he's going to be milk of the poppied.
Mm-hmm.
That's your way around that.
Possibly, but I mean,
Great.
that's
You milk a poppied him.
Yeah.
I mean,
a 3-cost.
there's worse things that could happen.
Right, and he's non-unique. So if you did have 3,
Yeah, you can just
You
play
can
another
milk a
one.
Poppy,
Just play
play another
oh
one.
yeah, that's so right.
yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
That's exactly. But that was my first thought. Was to just be like, well, he's going to be my target now.
He's
so all those
somebody
no
that I would-
attachment stuff,
Right.
whatever. But
This would be great for Catelyn, yeah, if she has the crown for a king and so many debuffs. You always play him with her, and now
he's an automatic include in that deck. And like you tried to say something like 3 times and we got you off.
I was just gonna say that he's somebody I would definitely consider putting 3 of.
Okay, yeah, because he's not duplicable.
His cost is low enough that to be reasonable. He has 2 icons for a low cost, which is already good.
Yep.
Only 2 strength, but you're not putting him in by himself.
No,
You're never
that's
gonna
right.
attack by himself. You're attacking because of the.
And if you have 2 of them on the board, then you can sacrifice him. And
Yeah.
also, since he's loyal, he could be a 2-cost character.
exactly.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
boom.
Yep,
boom.
I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Loving it, loving it. Let's move along to Sansa Stark. Another iteration of a Stark card we've already seen.
Yep.
2-cost character, intrigue and power, 4 strength, unique and loyal. She's a lady. She gets -1 strength for each Stark character in your dead pile.
Mm.
And while her strength is 0, she gains insight.
I'll state why I like her.
So you can kill her with Dracarys.
No, well, true, yes. But if you have Catelyn out and you Dracarys her, then Catelyn gets a power because she died. The reason I like her is for early game strictly. She's 2 cost, kind of like the Hound. The Hound is really cheap for a lot of strength, but he's going to get returned to your hand or something like that. Like something happens bad.
There's always a bad thing.
There's always a bad thing for these really strong low cost cards. And then later on in the game, again, she synergizes with Catelyn. So say you play her early, she's really useful. Later in the game, she's down to 0 strength. You can always just sacrifice her with Jon Snow's ability or something like that, and then she gets another strength.
So you don't think she'd be better in a direwolf kind of themed deck?
I don't
So-
see why she wouldn't be good for either one.
Okay.
Yeah, she could. I mean, she's definitely good for a flop, because she could be in a 4-card flop, and you have a strong card in there. Especially because intrigue.
Intrigue.
You need that.
Yep.
Like just right off the gate, and like, to get a card that's this strong in the beginning, you would need to have a smaller flop. Here you don't have to worry about that. And even if you don't get her in the flop, she's loyal, so she could be a 1-cost card.
Yeah.
But I just don't like the fact that she starts strong and then eventually you're just going to get rid of her.
Yeah.
She's got a clock.
Right.
I'm
I
kind of
agree.
agreeing with Alex. I would rather her just be good overall and put her in a direwolf deck and attach Lady to her and crap and just get her, like, make her even stronger for the low cost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This is a card that I would definitely, I would say one of the only ones I could consider putting both variations of the card in my deck.
Her and the old
The
one.
old Sansa and the new Sansa. Just in case you don't ever do get her in the early game, but you can get the other one out in the late one.
You said Duke it. Alright, moving along. We've got Shaggy Dog. Character, 2 cost. Only military icon. 3 strength. Unique but non-loyal. He's a direwolf, so awesome. Looking for that theme, yo.
Mhm.
No attachments, can't be Milk of the Poppied. While you control Rickon Stark. Rickon, there's no T in there. Rickon Stark. He gets +2 strength and gains a military icon. Now, I used to get this wording wrong in one of the earlier packs with Maester Crescent or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Where he kept saying he gets. I thought he referred to the card itself. But
Shaggy
he
Dog
refers
doesn't
to
get that.
Rickon Stark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rickon will get the 2 power and the 2 strength and the military icon. Which, I mean, you're going to involve him anyways because he's a direwolf
Yeah.
alone.
So I mean, it's good for that. It's good to just have more direwolves if you
He's
want to
cheap.
flood it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's cheap.
Cheap.
He's not too expensive for what you get.
But like, are you ever going to run him without Rickon Stark? Because, I mean, I kind of don't like the cards that you have to have the other cards.
Yeah.
There's the Master Grayson that you were talking about.
He also.
She also gets something from that, but I don't remember exactly what it is.
No.
It's,
I mean-
I think it's stealth actually. No,
No, I think it's immune to
no,
effects.
I think it's stealth. No, that's Bran.
That's Bran. Okay.
I think he gets stealth.
Man, if only there was a way we could look at that card.
That's true.
No, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine. But like, so Caitlyn's hyper synergy stuff is really strong.
Yeah.
You got to take this OK card with another probably OK card. I looked forward in the pack. I know what it is, and it's an OK card. Spoiler alert.
I don't know. I think you don't need Rickon in there. I think you're just going to add him for the fact that he's a direwolf. He's cheap enough that he's not going to be a detriment. You're not going to put 3 of them in your deck, for sure.
No.
But
Yeah, I mean, if
just
you,
the extra direwolf.
I agree with both of you.
way to take a stand.
Yeah, that's how I feel about
Tyrell, everyone.
it. Yeah. No, you're right. The direwolf is the key word on this, and then having to hope that you get this card and that card to be able to do something with it. I mean, it's nothing more annoying in a game when you can't get that card to get that synergy. So
Like left and right guard.
exactly. Yeah, I know all about that. So
Awesome. All right, moving on to House Tully's Septon. 2-cost character with just a power icon, 2 strength, non-unique, non-loyal. He's an ally. He's House Tully and the 7. Marshalling action. Discard 1 power from a character you control to reduce the cost of the next House Tully or the 7 character you marshal this phase by 2. Limit 1s per phase. And that power does have to come from a character. It can't come from your faction card.
right.
I like it. I mean,
it's good.
personally, I like it. I just think that with how much power you're going to be getting on characters anyways, it's going to be okay to get rid of like 1. Just to get your big card out.
Because Caitlyn is 7.
Yeah, Caitlyn 7.
And the Blackfish is 6.
Now it's down to a 5. Yeah, and he's down to a 4.
Yeah, because you definitely want to have both of those if you could, because that's probably one of the
Absolutely.
cards you're taking it. No, I guess if you have Eddard or King Rob's Host out earlier, you wouldn't. But
Right.
But I mean,
But if you have to put one of those powers from Eddard or King's Rob Host or the there's the one where you get a power just when she comes out into play. If
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to
that's
play
true.
them early, now you have a way to get it off of them for a positive thing.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so good. So synergy.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of synergy.
Much synergy.
Yeah, there is.
Such wow.
Lots of sacrificing and gaining power, and yeah, it's gonna be crazy to play against this or for it.
And to sacrifice one power to bring something like the Blackfish in that's loyal. Now you're down to, what is that?
A 3
cost to have a renown card. So
Yeah.
you're gonna get right back if you're playing it right.
I was about to say it's not unique, so you can do it twice, but it is limited once per round,
Right.
or per phase.
Per phase,
Per
yeah.
phase. Yeah, and you only have one. I was thinking, is it my phase and your phase, but it doesn't matter. How am I gonna get characters out in your phase? Ambush them?
I say I'd put 2, but I'm starting weekend. How many
Yeah.
cards I'm gonna have in my start?
I'm gonna all put 3 of these. I'll put 4 of those. I'll put all those.
Yeah,
4? You're gonna put 4?
I'm gonna have 100 card start deck. Watch.
100 card start deck. All right. No milk of the poppies though, because
No.
I needed the room. All right, moving on to our 1 cost character, which is Rickon Stark. Now we're finally getting into him.
Yeah.
1 strength, no icons. He's unique, non-loyal. He's a lord for some reason. You can interrupt when the effects of a triggered ability with the word search in it would initiate. Sacrifice Rickon Stark to cancel those effects.
Ability.
Well, so a triggered ability has that interrupt is a triggered ability. It has to have a bold word.
Do events count as well? Events would be an ability.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if the event says reaction. Okay, so there's an event here that says interrupt. So yeah, I guess that would be a triggered ability.
Yeah. So I think there's ones that are like, well, I know for a fact there's in my Night's Watch, I have a card that lets me, if I win a defense by 5 or more, I can search my deck for a location and put it into play with 3 or
So
less
you can
cost.
grab the wall.
So you could play that. I mean, it's very limited uses on his. I think the interrupt is very limited. I think you're only going to play him if you have Shaggy Dog, because then it gives him an icon. It gives him +2 strength.
Makes him useful.
Yeah, so for 1 cost, you have a 3 strength military.
And then, I mean, again,
If it's
triggering
stealth.
Galen.
If it's stealth,
Right.
that he gets.
Oh yeah, from so yeah, you really do have to build around this.
Yeah, it's
you have
really
you have to build to make him not suck.
situational.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to play with him
Nope.
in any of my start decks.
I mean, it might get better later. That search thing
also,
might be
yes.
a bigger deal later
I
on, but right
definitely
now.
agree with that.
Womp womp. Alright, let's move past that loser. We've got 4 cost location. It's the title's over here now. Winterfell is the location. It's unique. It's loyal. The North Winterfell. Each Stark character you control gets +1 strength and reaction after a challenge is initiated. Kneel Winterfell. Then each player with a non-winter plot card revealed cannot trigger card abilities until the end of the challenge.
Now that is huge with.
It's only once per challenge phase because it kneels.
Right.
So that does only happen once, but then
And
again,
it's unique, so you can't do it. You can't have
Right.
multiple of them.
I like it just because of the passive strength. I believe the wall also does the same thing for Night's Watch characters.
Yeah,
It
if
gives
you
them
don't
+1
point
strength.
out.
No,
Oh, it does?
no,
It
it
does?
just
Okay.
passively gives all Night's Watch characters +1 strength, and it's really strong. It's a very difficult thing to deal with, especially if you're building fealty. So all of your start cards are just 1 stronger.
That's true. I mean,
Along-
unless
Even Sansa, low cost Sansa, you could put her and Sansa out on
yeah,
the
so
flop.
if you
and she's
flop
already-
that out, you'd still
she's a
have 2
5.
gold. You'd
Yeah.
still have 2 gold for your
Right.
flop, and yeah, that is pretty solid. But again, the non-winter plot card,
Yeah,
because that
Yeah,
can
that's-
affect you. Like even okay, look at how many of these characters
You're
have
definitely
triggered
gonna-
abilities.
Then you got
reaction, interrupt.
Well,
you're
that's
definitely gonna
old man.
want.
Caitlyn Stark is a reaction. It's a triggered ability. So
Well, that part is her strength. She keeps, but
yeah, she keeps the strength, but
Well, if you have old man, there you go.
That's-
the
exactly.
interrupt, the
Right.
kneeler.
You're still
now
gonna-
you have a winner.
I think you're still gonna put at least 4 winter block cards in there if you're gonna run it,
yeah,
right? I mean,
old man.
I think Starks are gonna start. You're gonna see more winter cards. I'd say at least 4 and 4 out of the 7.
I mean, there already are a good amount
Yeah,
of good ones. So
And I mean, once again, being loyal, get it out for 3 +1 across the board for your. I mean,
Yep.
that just Daenerys now kind of it's a
Yeah.
new point.
Finally, we have something against the Targaryen.
Yeah,
code
that's
deck.
true.
Yeah.
Solid. All right. Let's move on to Winterfell Heart Tree. 1 cost location. It is unique, but it's non-loyal. Old Gods Winterfell are the traits. Reaction: after a phase begins, just any phase, sacrifice Winterfell Heart Tree to choose a start card you control. Until the end of the phase, that card gains immune to opponent's plot effects.
So I'm gonna kind of cheat here because I saw a spoiler about this card,
Uh-huh.
and why it got brought up as a strong card was very interesting to me. You can use this if a wildfire is gonna happen to you. So you choose someone. So instead of having to discard down to 3, you'll get to keep a 4th card.
But it's
Because
after
you
a phase begins, so it's before it happens, so you have to
Well,
risk it.
During that, yeah, you have to say, okay, well, you're going to because it's during the plot. Like, it only happens for the plot effects.
Oh yeah, duh.
So you're going to use it immediately anyways.
Oh yeah, and it's till the end of... Why does it say after a phase begins? Because if it's until the end of the phase and it's immune to opponent's plot effects... Are there plot effects that trigger later on? That would target
Yeah,
cards?
there are. There are some, I think. There's the marching orders. You get 9 gold, and then after the taxation phase begins, or not taxation, when the challenge phase begins, you discard all your gold.
That's not marching orders, but that is something
Right.
else.
The
That is something else.
taxation.
No, that is marching orders.
No, marching orders is you
can
get
only-
9 gold.
Oh yeah,
and you
can
can't
only
marshal.
Play, right.
And there's-
You can only play characters and.
Okay, but you are right that there are
Yeah,
other ones,
there
so that's
are
why it
other
works
ones.
that way. But I mean, you're right. You would never really want to. That'd be wasting it, kind of. It's not that big a deal.
It's just for wildfire.
That's
It lets you
or
keep
March
an
to the
extra
Wall.
card out. That's.
No, it's not March to the Wall because you just pick one.
Right.
I
Well,
guess
yeah.
if you only have
Yeah,
one, if you only
yeah.
have one character.
So if you put out, for some reason, you put Catelyn out on your
flop.
Catelyn and him. That's
8 gold right there.
You put them out, and now she's safe from the immediate March to the Wall.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what most people use March to the Wall for. Is that
Right.
trying to drop one power card
Yeah.
for your flop just to get it out of there.
But then again, if you see Caitlyn in that tree, you're like, I ain't March to the Wall on you. Not right now.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But it's the safety net
It is. That's true.
to
Very
playing
true.
that card out early.
Very true. All right, we've got an attachment, Nymeria. Nymeria. I like how the names are on different parts of the cards whenever we switch to a new type.
Yeah.
2 cost attachment. It's a direwolf. Unique start character only.
Mm-hmm.
Attached character gains intimidate. Action: pay 1 gold to attach Nymeria to a different character once per phase.
Intimidate's great by itself.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretty good.
We don't see it on many cards. Robert
yeah.
has it. I know because I've played against your Baratheon deck a
Yeah,
lot.
that you have.
That I have. So it's nice to be able to return the favor.
That's true. And
It's
getting
a
to move it
direwolf.
wrong.
Yeah.
Getting
It's
to
a
move it
direwolf.
wrong.
Yeah.
So if you're
Which is the same as Lady.
Mhm.
Lady, you can also move
You can
around
move
for
around.
1 gold.
And since it goes at action speed, so I don't know if this is true or not, but could you do it like before somebody dies due to military or something, so that way instead of bouncing it back to your hand and paying 2 gold later, it gets just moved to somebody else?
Yeah, I wouldn't see why you wouldn't be able to.
I can't
String in
think
action.
exactly where the action windows are, but that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
That you could do that.
That would be a really good play for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then you don't. And not only do you have to then pay 2 gold if it bounces back to your hand, but then you have to wait till the next marshalling phase. Here it stays on the board.
But at least it isn't terminal. It does. Worst
Yeah,
case
it
scenario,
does.
you get it
You
back to
still
your
will.
You
hand.
still get it
So you
back.
can still, if you are playing a direwolf deck, like
Yeah.
I like it.
if you
I
didn't
think-
save the gold,
right.
which
I don't-
sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Mhm.
I have exactly the gold I need for
Yep.
what I'm gonna do. You
And
better
you don't
not.
plan ahead.
Yeah, you better not play something on me to make me wish I had enough to do that. What is that? The King's Judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand check.
It's the hand.
The canceling one.
The
Hand
canceling.
judgment. Okay, the canceling one.
Yeah.
Boom. All right, I'm down to move on.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Needle. Boom. 1 cost attachment, weapon, Stark character only. Attached character gets +2 strength, perfect for Sansa. And interrupt, when attached character is sacrificed, sacrifice needle to return that character to your hand instead of placing it in your discard pile.
That's
Auto include.
yeah.
There you go.
Auto include for me.
Absolutely.
I mean, even
I
if it's
agree.
just 1.
And I mean, technically, it's Arya's sword, but you know.
I know, but I'm
you
saying.
can put it on Sansa.
I'm saying because then Sansa is a 3 cost
yeah.
for 6 strength.
I absolutely agree.
Right.
I'm just.
Or if you kneel your it's fealty, it's a 2 cost for 6 strength right there. Wait, how much was Arya?
Well. Okay, no, it doesn't change with her strength. I was gonna say.
Yeah, Arya's 2. Yeah.
Yeah. No, her ability. I didn't know if it was based off of her strength or not, but it just says strength of 3 or lower. So I was gonna say if you attach it to her, possibly discard 5, but that's not how it works.
True.
Man, so Sansa with Lady plus this plus the Nymeria, she could basically be +4 strength and intimidate.
Yeah. You could have a monster out in your flop.
But when they're unique attachments, you can't attach
Can't have
one.
more than 1.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So then, yeah, maybe not.
They can
running
have more. Well.
No, you can't.
Oh, you're
it's
saying.
unique. Because I don't think you can. Can you dupe an attachment?
No.
No.
Well,
no. So
you
why
can
would you
dupe
run?
locations.
No. But the only purpose of duping something is that way when it gets killed or maybe discarded from a Greyjoy effect for a location,
Right.
then
Well,
you can save it. But this,
there
if it's
is.
non-terminal, it gets bounced back to your hand.
Confiscation.
Right.
If you dupe it, then confiscation doesn't work on it.
I don't know. We'll have to look up that.
Yeah, we'll have
one.
to look that
We'll
one
have to
up.
look that up. But all right, that's cool.
Yeah,
Still
I like it.
love the card.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
a
As
it's
we
great
do.
1 cost card.
Yeah, 1 cost to get +2 strength. That's
Speaking of 1 cost attachment,
Oh
we've
yeah.
got Frozen Solid. It's a condition. It says non-limited location with printed cost 3 or lower only. Now that's specific.
You can't play it on the Rose Road
Or King's Road or
King's
any of
Road,
that.
things like that.
It's terminal.
Mhm.
Treat attached location's printed text box as if it were blank except for traits. Like you said earlier, milk of the poppy for locations.
Yep.
Dude,
Right.
that is something we kind of needed. How
Especially
much is the
against
wall?
Greyjoy.
Oh yeah. Totally.
This is going to be so good against Greyjoys.
All their warships, because I don't think
Right,
anything's more than 3 costs. Because that's why I was freaking out about the 4 cost, about how Winterfell is 4 costs. 'Cause I'm like 4 cost for
There's
a location.
there's very few. The wall in my Night's Watch deck,
That's
that's a
4
4
cost.
cost. But again, it's a +1 strength to everybody.
The Tyrell, it was in
3
the
gold?
last pack, the 3 gold one.
I think it's a limited, isn't it?
That one. Oh yeah, that one's limited
It's a
too.
limited, so you
So
couldn't do it.
either way, yeah. But so it's double reason why you can't do this to it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of good because that would really suck if you were like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna mulligan to find that card. I am paying the 4 gold on my flop because I need that economy for this game, and then just
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's good for getting rid of those other cards. Lannisters have some really strong locations that help them out a lot.
Yep.
and chamber the painted table.
Yep, Chamber of the Painted Table. You steal power from me. I don't want that. I
Right.
can easily do that. It's worth putting in your deck.
And
hands
since
down.
it's non, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's non-unique, so
Non-unique.
you can just
Put them all.
nope.
Yep,
Freezing
put it
that,
on
freezing
several
that,
different
freezing
ones.
that.
Right.
So Greyjoy, you can put all 3 of them down.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, now we're on to the events. 1 cost event, As Hard as Winter. It is non-unique, non-loyal. Play only if there is a winter plot card in your used pile.
Okay.
Okay? So, I guess I could kind of work with that a little bit. Reaction. After a Stark character you control is sacrificed or killed, put a Stark character with equal or lower printed cost into play from your hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's more of this. It's going to be really good with the. If you're going for the sacrifice,
Yep.
make Catelyn just absurdly strong. You have to put it in there. You can even sacrifice. Say, oh, like knowing you have it, you could sacrifice Eddard. Well, I guess he has renown. You wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, no.
No.
You could sacrifice King's Rob Host, and then you can play anything. You could play another one.
Right. Exactly.
no,
When you sacrifice
yeah,
it, it
it's
goes to the
killed.
dead
Dead
pile.
pile,
So
so
yeah, no.
it can't be
So,
do that.
yeah.
But you are correct in that just any other
can
card
play
you
any
have,
card you
just
have.
drop it because that's 8 cost.
Yeah.
That is tight. But
I
I
like
feel
it.
like this sacrifice for Caitlyn to gain power has become so hyper synergy that it's almost going to be boring. I mean, I'll play. It'll probably be fun at first, but I bet you after like 3 weeks of seeing it, you're gonna be like.
Well, I disagree just because I play Targaryen, and
Yeah.
that's already like everything's gonna be about Catelyn in this, whereas everything's about
Everything's
Daenerys
about
and mine.
Daenerys. Yeah, that's why I said she's the Daenerys for Stark now.
Yeah.
But
I like this.
I'm gonna get
This is
sick
my
of it.
style.
We're gonna see it all because for me, I just hate doing the same thing multiple times over. Like even when we play Game of Thrones, we play like 2 or 3 matches. I'm like, we gotta do something. We'll get back to this, but we gotta do something else and then play this again. It's gonna be like, you're playing Stark. Oh, what are the odds of that?
Yeah. Oh, you sacrificed, brought another guy out to sacrifice.
I think there will be
Yeah.
variations though, just because of the direwolf. Not everybody's going to be building their Stark deck based around Caitlyn because you have the direwolf sub theme, so you can do it.
And that will be
Different
interesting
ways.
to see because everyone's going to want to flood it with a bunch of low-cost characters, and that's not something I've seen so far in this game. It's just been like, I've got fodder to be killed, and there's some, buffing each other and stuff, but mostly I've got, this is the character. Like in Baratheon, I'm trying to get King Robert and
Yeah.
Stannis out there.
Yeah.
You're trying to get Marjorie and the Queen. You're trying to get Daenerys and
Her dragons.
probably?
Yeah.
Oh, her
Her
dragons,
dragons.
okay. Yeah, so to finally see, like, I don't have, like, the power card. I'm just going to aggro, my way through this. That's going to be cool to finally see.
I can see direwolf being essentially a rush deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because you could have, like, a 5-card flop or something.
Yeah. All low.
With a direwolf
Yeah.
pup, and you have an 8 strength military,
Are direwolf pups 1? Cost
Yes.
1? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you can
and there are
definitely
2
do that.
strength already,
Yeah.
and then +1 for each other direwolf.
Yeah.
And they're non-unique, so that's why you...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
I'll be down to build that.
Yeah.
I'll do that when we're done with this. I'll build that. All right, moving on to the Pack Survives. It's a 0-cost event that is non-unique, but it's loyal. So you could bring it to -1. I don't think you can do that. Interrupt. When the effects of an opponent's event would initiate, sacrifice a direwolf card or kneel 2 Stark characters to cancel those effects. Perfect.
Yeah.
Just because, like,
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
if you're going wide,
Yeah, and if you're going the direwolf,
Beyond.
you're gonna have the options to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
why
because you
not?
could kneel 2 Stark
Yeah.
characters, which could be direwolves.
Yeah.
If you're like,
Exactly. I'm not
especially
gonna
if
use
it's someone-
these.
especially if it's someone's like last play, like you went first, they're going second, that's their 3rd challenge. You're like, I'm
Or
not
some
going
of
to
these
sacrifice.
just military ones
Yeah.
where you already have that, so you
Yeah.
don't need. Yeah. It's gonna be added to the
Another,
direwolf decks.
another one of those auto includes.
Yep.
Then we've got Arya's Gift, another 0-cost event that's non-loyal. Action. Move an attachment from a Stark character you control to another eligible character you control.
Well, there's Lady and Nymeria.
Yep.
You can just
You can move them
transfer
for free.
for free.
Right.
It's
without
okay. I just don't know if it's no.
Milk of the Poppy.
Oh.
Oh.
Boom! I just blew your mind.
Yep. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I take back what I was about to say, which is I wasn't sure I was gonna put it in the deck. That's definitely going in the deck.
But would if you have this, are you thinking, oh, now I don't need to run confiscation?
No. Because at most you're gonna put 2, and it's still 60
At
cards.
most you're gonna put 2.
Well, at most I'm gonna put 2. I don't know. It possibly. I probably won't. I'll still run confiscation.
You open my eyes to something like King Rob's host, not having an intrigue, tears.
Tears
Now-
isn't an attachment.
No,
No,
it's
an
a
event.
condition.
Is Tears an attachment?
I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
it's an event.
It's an
It's an
event.
event.
Because
Okay.
you
That's
can
an event.
jump
Okay.
in there. And yeah, and you're looking at King Rob's host. It says move to another eligible character you control. So you can't. If it's no
Okay.
attachments, it's not technically eligible.
Right.
I mean, that would be
Oh,
awesome.
right.
That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
To be
Right. Cool. Now, the last card we're going to talk about for the Starks, we went out of order for the pack here, but just so we can get all the Starks done in one video, is the Stark plot card. It's a Time for Wolves. It's loyal to Starks.
Mm-hmm.
It is 3 gold, 1 initiative, and 1, what's that last one called? Claim value, wow. All right, and it's got 6 reserve. It is a winter plot card, so
Yeah,
there
already.
we go.
I got a winter one.
When revealed, search your deck for a direwolf card. Reveal it and add it to your hand. If that card's printed cost is 3 or lower, you may put it into play instead shuffling your deck. Well, that's just right there.
Yeah, it's going to be, again, in all of your direwolf decks, because I think, not including Ghost, because you're probably going to, like I said, run fealty, I think there's only one direwolf that costs 4, and that's Greywind.
Well, what did we just see? Wolves
Oh,
of
is
the
the
North.
the Wolves of the North
Yes,
are
you
also
couldn't do
4.
that.
Okay.
But this is essentially a 6 gold plot, because it's 3 gold, but if you can drop printed cost 3 or lower for free,
Yeah.
put it into play instead, yeah.
You just put it, you're going to use it for the put into play. You're not going to pull out
You're never going to...
a 4 or 5.
I mean,
unless it's late in the game,
and you have your economy going
you
really
already
good.
have it going, then maybe.
That's, for some reason, you're backing this with Lannister and just flying in. Actually, I don't even know if there's enough non-loyal Lannister cards that would really...
Oh yeah, there are.
Really, there is?
Well, I don't know about with Stark, but they're definitely really good non-loyal.
No, that would generate income.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tyrion by himself.
Oh, he's non-loyal?
No, he's not loyal.
I really need to read these books.
And he gets +2 gold for every intrigue.
Yeah,
So
every
go-
injury.
just
You
you and
when it
that's only 4
initiates.
gold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
just
it
when it
initiates. So, yes.
So that'd be
A
4 right
potential of
there.
4.
Yeah.
So that's tight.
Yeah,
I'm liking it.
I like it too.
All right. So these cards are pretty solid. All right, Boom City. Well, thanks guys for watching. Go check part 2 where we talk about the other cards in this set.